Hello, and welcome back to Cincom's MANTIS Studio. MANTIS Studio is an application developer suite for MANTIS programming. This video will demonstrate how to use MANTIS in the Eclipse IDE to design and implement a screen for use within a MANTIS program. Let's get started. Here we see the Eclipse IDE, and we are currently in the MANTIS perspective, as is displayed here in the Perspectives tab. When you are in the MANTIS perspective, you will have the Navigator, Console, Problems, and Error Log views open on the workbench. We can load the MANTIS process called Hello World by selecting the Hello World project, and then selecting the Process folder where the MANTIS processes or programs are stored. Then selecting the process desired will load it into the Eclipse editor. This simple program converses with a browser to display the Hello World message. Let's change this program to converse a MANTIS screen and allow us to display any desired message by using a MANTIS message variable. The first step is to create a MANTIS screen definition. Select the Hello World project, and then in the main menu select File, and then New, and then MANTIS Screen. The MANTIS Screen wizard appears. Enter a screen name of hello_message, select Add a new MANTIS Screen button, and then click Finish. The MANTIS Form Editor opens, showing a form template with the name of the screen already added in the Screen Design tab. We can expand the Form folder in the Hello World project and notice that the new screen has been added. We will change Temp to the name of our field. We will call the field Message, and the field will be changed to a length of 46 and marked as protected. We have now completed the definition of our screen, or web page. We can save this file by clicking File and Save in the main menu, or we can click the toolbar Save icon, which is here. The Hello World program still exists in the editor in the previous tab. We will now close the MANTIS Screen Design tab and make the appropriate changes to the Hello World program by adding a screen statement and converse logic statements in the program. Now save this program by clicking the Save icon here, and you can run the program by right-clicking in the editor view, selecting Run As, and then Run as a MANTIS web project. The Run on Server wizard appears. Follow the wizard to set up and to run an application server called an app server, which handles the presentation of the MANTIS server, and then click Finish. The web browser page appears and displays the message. Notice that the tag name Message appears on the web page just prior to our message. In this context, we do not want that tag displayed. We only want the contents of the message field displayed, so we will remove this tag in the next step. When working in a MANTIS web project, it is recommended that you change your perspective to Java EE. You can do this by going to the main menu and selecting Window, and then Open Perspective, Other, and then finding Java EE. Or you can change the perspective also by going to the perspective icon in the Perspectives tab here. Now let's look at the XSL folder to see the attributes of our new screen or web page. We can expand the Hello World web project and navigate to the web content and then the web-inf folder, and then the XSL folder. Notice there are two files in the XSL folder that were created for our web page. The first is a Hello Message CTX file, which contains the context of the screen. And we also have a Hello Message SCR file, which contains the layout of the screen. The SCR file is what we will modify. Now let's remove that tag name message from the display. Right-click on the Hello Message SCR file, and then click Open With, and then Web Page Editor. This brings up a split screen in the editor view. Notice that the top of the editor screen contains the preview view of the web page, and the bottom of the editor screen defaults to the design view. If we click on the message tag in the preview view, the corresponding design statement will be highlighted. Now we can delete the source code line, and the tag will no longer be displayed. Now save this change by clicking on Save in the tool icon. Now let's run the Hello World program again. Notice only the message is shown, and the tag name no longer appears. What if we want the message to be displayed in a different color, or a different size, or a different font? There are two places where you can change the display attributes of your web page. First, in the corresponding CTX file, or in the cascading style sheet or CSS. Making changes in the CTX file would change the display for only the web screen defined by the CTX file. If you have more screen definitions within this project, the changes you made to the CTX file would not affect display attributes outside of the specified CTX file. To make changes that apply to all screen definitions created within the project, you need to make your changes in Cascading Style Sheet, or CSS, for the project. MANTIS Studio comes with a default CSS file called mantis.css, which sets display attributes for all files within Mantis projects. We will use this default CSS file for our example program. However, you can change the Mantis CSS file with your own defaults, or create a new CSS file for any or all projects. Styles or attributes are defined as classes within the CSS file. Here is a copy of the class Mantis. You can see the defaults for the attributes for the class Mantis. We will need to find the class that is used in the message CTX file, and then go to the CSS file to change the attributes of that class. To find out which class to modify, we will first need to open the message CTX file with the web page editor. Now we need to find the line that has span class specified to see what class is being used. The span tag is used to group elements in a web page. Let's search for span class by using Edit and Find in the main menu. And we can see that the class being used is white. Now let's modify this class in the Mantis CSS file. Let's open the mantis.css file with the default CSS editor. And then we will search for the class white. You will see that the .white class has a color of dark green specified. That is the current color of the message text contents. Let's change that attribute to red and add a change to the font family and to the font size, making sure these changes are between the brackets for the .white class or they will not be recognized. Now save and close the CSS file. To see the results of our changes, let's run the MANTIS process again. Notice the message is now red and larger and is presented in the new font style. It's that easy, and it's that powerful, and it can do so much more. Try it for yourself. Download a trial version from our website at mantis.cincom.com.